Hey guys, welcome to Knife Hacks. I'm Jay, and I have a modification video for you guys. Specifically, we are going to mod this Spyderco Endura 4. I'm going to attempt to put a forward finger choil into the FRN scales. Tools required. You will need T6 and T8 so you can remove all of the screws from the Endura. You will need a rotary tool with a cutoff wheel and some kind of a sanding drum as well. Now, I've already removed some of the screws, you can see, and I'm going to attempt to start my cuts. I already drew my lines. Cross your fingers. Let's get started. So I just want to show you guys up close. These are the cuts I started to make on both sides. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to have to remove the blade because I do not want to nick it with the Dremel. So I'm going to finish taking this apart, take off the blade. Okay guys, so we made our initial cuts, and now you can see I did partially reassemble the knife. It doesn't have, you can see the back lock is not in there. It's just the scales and the liners. So because you want, when you make your cuts and when you start sanding, you're going to want both of these to be even, and it's a lot easier to do that when you have the scales together. Something else that you can do is you take a zip ties and then wrap it around the body, and that will make sure that, you know, nothing moves or gets kind of like jostled out of place. And what we're going to do is start sanding now. I put on the sanding drum, and then I'm going to start to try and form like the arch in the choil. Yeah, that looks pretty darn good. What do you guys think? Now I could keep on sanding and sanding and sanding, but right now I've got both sides pretty much even, both sides of the choil. So sometimes I have a tendency to overdo it with projects like this, so I really need to exercise some restraint here and stop. So I'm going to clean up this knife, cut off the zip ties holding it together, because right now there's no internals except for the liners and, well, and the blade. So I got to put all this stuff back in. So I'm going to clean this up, clean up the scales, clean up the blade, and then we'll start putting it back together. Now before I finish putting this together, I wanted to just really quickly show you guys the little spring bar, torsion bar. If you've ever opened up like a cold steel knife, it looks exactly the same. So I'm gonna try the same internal modification as I've done on my Code 4 with the spring bar, and that is if you bend it back just a little bit, it will make the operating the backlock so much easier. It'll make it easier to be able to flick the knife open. Because let's face it, I mean, the Endura 4 is, you know, it's not much fun to play with because, well, you know, it's a utility knife, it's a work knife. But if I make this modification to the spring bar, it should, I don't know, make it a little more fun. So I'll do that, and then we'll finish putting this, oops, sorry guys, I'll do that and then we'll finish putting this back together. Okay, so as you can see, I have all the internals back in place, and so we have this halfway put back together. I'm going to put a couple drops of oil on the pivot, the washer, maybe on this lock bar too. What's really nice about the back locks is they really can operate fine with like little to no oil in them, which I like. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing the oil, and then we'll finish putting this back together. And there we have it. Endura 4, now with a forward choil. Ooh, yeah. Oh my, that feels nice. Very good, very good. Hey, if you guys have any questions about this video, don't hesitate, you know, to hit me up in the comments. So, thanks you guys stopping by. Help me out with this Endura mod. I'll see you guys next video. You guys take care, okay?